Okay, for this stream I'm going to be doing, and welcome to all you who will be watching this. I'm only doing Farming Simulator 22, and I will also do one a little later on Farming Simulator 25. For this one, it's just 22, so it's made by Giant Software. Pretty good game. Very once you start, you really don't want to stop. I didn't think I liked the game, but uh, I really enjoy it more than I thought I'd ever would. I can tell you that. It's a really good game. Some things should have been fixed, like the AI workers and stuff. But other than that, it is a good game. Okay, I'll be doing career mode, and you can go in and get downloadable content. Um, you can get tractors. I mean, I'll show you once I get in the game, but factories, selling points, greenhouses. I mean, animal pens. There is farmhouses, your packages, gameplay. There is a bunch of, I mean, a whole slew of maps for this game that you can go in, and it's all free. You can just go in and click on it and download it, and then you can go use them and play them. But in order to use them, you have to back out of this. You're gonna go into your career, and like I said, I'll be doing Big Flats, Texas, and I've already started this. As you see, I got $29 million already made. I did the new farmer. Started from scratch. Uh, Click on that, and these are, they call them mods, and that's what I was just talking about, the mods that I have downloaded that I use. Um, Quite a bit of them, but they are to help you better in the game. And you can even play multiplayer on this, and I have done multiplayer with a couple of my friends that I've gamed with for 20 years now. Multiplayer is really cool, and this map would be absolutely special to do multiplayer on because there is so much that you can do on this, and the Isle of Plains map is another one that I really enjoy. Let's hop into it here. Get her fired up. Even though I have pretty good internet, as you see, it takes a few minutes to load. Alright, here we are. Start you off at the farmhouse. This little icon here, as you can see, you can go in and you can sleep and it'll rotate the day for you. Give me a second, I got to turn down the game volume. It's a little loud through my Astro headset. Alright, basically what we got going on here, this barn I added, it is a mod. This is a workstation where you repair your equipment. And this over here is also part of the same package as this barn here. I added it for storage space as well, and then I had these lights. Like I said, I got quite a bit going on here. In here's my combine and my monster truck, my play toy. And then we got a large cultivator. And this is what we call a field creator. It is used to make your fields, and as you see here, I'll bring up the map button. As you look down here at these two fields, this used to be two different fields, because you can see one's 15 and one's 14, and right here in the middle was a bunch of trees. Well, I took out them trees with my Tree Be Gone mod, and then I combined the two fields together to make one large field. And this field up here, I enlarged it as well. I took out all the trees that was in the middle, and I made it a little wider. And there's very large fields on this map, and that's why I like it. And the Isle of Plains are pretty big fields. This field right here is a 145-acre field. You get quite a bit of crop off of it. And this field over here, I took and made it larger as well. This up in here used to all be trees. Well, I took the Tree Be Gone and got rid of the trees and used my field grader and made it bigger, which is what I'm also going to do in between these two fields. I am going to take, and I ain't sure whether I'm going to combine the two fields together to make one, because this one ain't a bad sized field either, and I can grow two different crops if I leave them separate. But there's enough space in there that I can widen both fields to make them just a little bit bigger. And this over here is another big field, but as you see the difference in the crops, this is corn here, this is sunflower, I'm growing sugar cane right here, the white is your cotton, and down here, this color here is sugar beet. There's nothing in this field yet, or this one. And you see I got cotton up here as well. And this over here, I planted carrots because I'm going to be installing a canning factory to make soup and stuff like that. But let's get to something right here. Right now I am going to, it is 9:39 in the morning. I'm going to hop over to this side. Okay, this tractor I got lime in. This is my solid fertilizer plant. Used it to make fertilizer. And then I got my two dairy factories that produce milk, chocolate, and cheese. This is a storage building here. This building here is a mod that you use to cut sugar beet, and you take your sugar beet over to that factory right over there, which is my sugar plant, and it produces sugar. This is a large flour plant that does multiple things: corn, wheat, barley, oats. It's missing. You can do cracked corn, cornmeal, sorghum. I mean, it just produces a bunch of different flour that I use in my bakeries. I have 3 bakeries running. Right there's 2 of them. And then right over here. This over here is another storage building that you can store multiple products. And you see I got 10,000 liters of tomatoes, 5,000 liters of lettuce, strawberries, eggs, I need flour, bread, cake, butter, cheese, chocolate, sunflower oil, canola oil, sugar, tomato, and this is your extended oil mill. Now, I am going to be installing another one of these right over there where that oil mill is. Because that oil mill over there doesn't produce too good. It's kind of slow at it. So I'm going to be taking it out since it runs out of product. And I'll be adding another extended oil to speed up my production on the oils. And I'm about to get into olive oil. I'll need it for my popcorn factory. This is a Parmesan cheese factory and some other cheese, which I'm not on. But that's what the Parmesan cheese looks like, and that Parmesan cheese sells for quite a bit of money, which I'll show you here very shortly. But in order to run this factory, you got to have brunette and you got to have milk. And actually, in order to get the milk in here, you have to back that trailer up in here to this slot to unload the milk, and that's quite difficult. And the cheese you have to carry or back the trailer in or carry each one over here and put it in the trailer, which is what I do. That's why I ain't got full of the hassle. Another workstation repair, but I got my greenhouses. They produce the tomatoes, the lettuce, and the strawberries. Now they do have other greenhouses that does watermelon. They got greenhouses that does peppers and all kinds of stuff. And over here is my general store. This is where I sell the product, some of the products, not all of them, because not all of them get a higher price here. But I also I added 2 apple orchards. I'm going to start, of course these already started, as you see. I got 3,500 layers of apples in that one. And this one here, 3,500. But I'm going to start making apple butter because it sells for quite a bit of money as well. But right now, let's see what needs done. I'm going to check my animals to see if they need any feed. The chickens are down to 3,300 liters, so they only need 7,000, so they're not bad. They're down to 218. Basically, what you want to look at is total capacity effectiveness. And when you look at it, and like I said, it says 218. Well, it goes to 225,000, so they're not really hurting for feed. I run, although it says I have silage and grain, and which I do have in it, I run mostly total mixed rations, which I make, which I'll show you here in a second. These cows that I have in here produce nothing but milk. I do not have no beef cows in this one. You have to have straw in order to get your manure. Right over here, I'll show you. I have lots of tractors. I got probably 20 something tractors. This right here is my mower, which is a mod. This is, it picks up the grass and wraps it so that it can turn into silage, which is also a mod. And then here I got my tractor. This one here has honey in it. I got it in there waiting for the best prices to come up so I can sell them. This one has bread. This one has granola oil. And then I got my one right there that I haul the total mixed rations to feed the cows. But right here, this is also a mod, but it works really well. It produces your total mixed rations. It produces your mineral feed. It does quite a bit. As you see, my total mixed rations is up to almost 300,000. Not sure why the mineral feed's going down, because it should be creating mineral feed. Check it out, see what's going on with that. I got it running. Got plenty of lime, plenty of soybean. I'm not sure why it's not producing any. I can use a little more stone. I even got it active. Not sure why it's not producing any mineral feed. I'll have to wait and see what goes on with that. But all that you can sell. The flour I've been selling quite often because this factory, as you see, it's out of space on absolutely all of it. And I'll take you in and show you that this is your manure heap right here. And as you see, I got a tractor with a trailer right here behind it that I stored in, this is also a mod. It holds 500,000 liters. And this is my slurry tank that I haul my slurry in. And over here, this is my milk tanker to haul milk. And then here is my cow barn. Now you got to have the straw in order to produce manure. If you don't have the straw to produce manure, as you see, there's a tractor with some round bells on it. I'm waiting for them to turn into silage. But this is my biogas plant. I take my slurry and manure and I produce it into digestate, which I then turn into solid fertilizer, which I'll show you right here. This thing right here is an antenna that you can put on your property. It helps you with your electric and stuff, and it cuts the cost of your daily production stuff price down. So it comes in a little handy. But this factory right here, which is not much of a factory, you take your digestate, you put it in here, and it produces solid fertilizer. It is out of digestate. Now it takes a long time to produce that digestate. And it don't produce solid fertilizer very fast. So that is also a mod that I put on just to, you can sell the digestate, but you only get $100 per liter. So you're not going to get much. And like I said, even this biogas plant, it don't produce digestate very fast at all. Takes up a lot of room, but doesn't. And if I had to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't have that one in here. I should have checked into them and found one that produced a little better. But it's here, it's doing its job. I'll leave it as is. So the cows don't need fed, the chickens don't need fed. We're in the 2nd of July, and right now there's nothing that I can plant. So basically what I'm going to do is go back over to the house. Click on the vehicle, enter it, hop off of it. I'm going to sleep another day. And as you see, the property maintenance was $2,500, but my property income was $9,500, and I'm out of space with the eggs. So we're going to have to go put the eggs in storage. R3 down in the vehicle. Now the reason why I put the eggs in storage is I can sell them or I can take them to the bakery, which I do take some to the bakery, but I also store them, and I'll show you that here in a second. I have 3 different storages that I use for the eggs. Just like that, they're in storage. My brother-in-law also plays this game. He is absolutely into everything. He runs all kinds of factories and probably one of the best mod finders in the game. He's hooked me up with quite a bit of mods. Now you can play without the mods, but they sure do come in handy, especially the mods that we have for our field equipment. Alright, all the eggs is in there. I'll hop out here and show you real quick. It holds 250, and I'm at 98 250. A little bit, or a couple, well, it's been a week or two ago. I actually have on these full, and I sold over $1 million worth of eggs. We'll flip back in here. Alright, now you can go just get feed every time you need it, but I keep a trailer sitting here with feed in it already. Just these things up. And this here I have already got wheat in it. From where I harvested, I brought it over here. This silo holds absolutely a bunch of different stuff that comes in handy. I mean, it holds potatoes, it holds carrots, it holds absolutely lime, fertilizer. Okay. That silo holds, I mean, it holds a bunch of different stuff and holds 10 million liters. This is a station where you can actually get like free lime, free fertilizer. It's also a mod. This one here, you have to pay for the product that you get. It is also a mod. And here's my beehives. These are also mods, and they produce a bunch of honey, but you have to have a mod where you can buy the bees, and you just pick them up and see no spare capacity. That one took one. That one took one. Out there. One get off the trailer. That one also took one. Now the beehives are full of bees. They're good to go for a while. Now we need to go feed the cows. Now this little trailer thing here side by side, I got because it's supposed to be an autoloader, but when you go to empty it, it dumps the fuel out on the ground. So kind of, I just use it to drive around in, because last thing I want to do is keep dumping the fuel out on the ground. Alright, the cattle need some straw, and we'll just put in 33,000 liters of mixed ration. And for the mixed ration, we'll just cruise right over here. Now, this is one of the easier barns to maintain. Some of them have had trouble putting straw in them, and now your animals can reproduce, so you can buy so many and then wait for them to reproduce to make more, or you can just fill the barns and stuff up with the animals and not worry about reproducing. I usually buy so many and then let them reproduce. Use all the mixed rations, but that's alright. And the other thing about this game that's kind of messed up is when you play stuff, sometimes it leaves huge sinkholes in the game, and I'll show you here in a second. And I don't know why they never fixed that, but they didn't. Alright, the cows have now been fed. That's done for today. Like right here, I put in that storage building right there to the left, and look at the sinkhole it left. Now that, they should have fixed that a long time ago. And why they didn't, when I put in this store, look at how raised up in the air they made it. And then it drops down, that's kind of messed up. And one of the airports was over there, sinks in the ground a little bit. They should have made it to where when you put something on the ground, everything's level. Or maybe just a slight hump, but not that huge sinkhole like one over here. All that is done. Now I have crop destruction turned off, so I can actually drive through my fields and not tear my crops up. I have the rock thing turned off. I have lime, periodic plowing, all that is all turned off. Check on my pine trees. I planted some pine trees, but I'm gonna get into a wood thing, and they are pretty slow growing. They're not growing very fast at all. And you see all them trees over there? I planted every one of them oak trees over there. I'll take and show you what I did just to have a little fun in the game. I was on one night and got bored of just, you know, feeding and plowing and cultivating and stuff. So I took and made me a jump out here and bought me this here monster truck. Just to have a little fun. These are my silos here. I don't have nothing in this one yet, but I do got a bunch of products in these other ones. I got 1,857 liters of canola, 1,507 liters of soybeans, and 600,000 of sunflower. And this one here, I have 1,394,000 liters of barley, 1,350,000 of oat, and 1,015,000 of wheat. I don't have no sorghum. This one I'm gonna plant as soon as time comes for me to plant. In here, I got my stuff for the tractors that I can put on the tractor. This here is a mod. It really speeds up harvesting potatoes, carrots. You can even do cotton with it. You can do sugar beets. I mean, it does absolutely all of it. And this here is a cotton picker mod that puts it in 20,000 liter bale. It's a mod that does wider area instead of the area that you see on the front. And it'll pick up more than that, and I'll show you that in the video as well. And there's a tractor. Over here's tractor. And here I got my fertilizer and my straw baler, which is the tractor. And here, this is a mod right here. This is the tree be gone thing. No, that's not it. It's over there. This right here cuts your brush down. You little piles of brush, what it does. And this here is a tractor that has a roller mod on it. Here, I'm going to show you what it does right away. Hop in it. Now you don't see nothing on the back of it because the mod is actually called the Invisible Roller. Go right here. This says lower roller. Not only does this cover a large area when you roll your fields, but it also, you can go at high speed. As you watch behind the tractor, you see it rolling it. See, I'm up to 30 mile an hour with it. Now your other rollers, you can only do like 6 mile an hour or 9 mile an hour, something like that. So this cuts quite a bit of time down on rolling the field. But you have to roll the fields with everything except for sugar cane and potatoes. Yep. You can see the line there where it ain't been rolled and where I used it the other day when I first put this mod on. Really handy. Along with that cotton picker, cause man, that one field down there took 6 hours to clear the cotton off of it. And now I can do it in 20-30 minutes. All about speeding up the game, and when you're still doing the work, you're just doing it a whole lot faster. And this is basically mainly this stuff for people who don't have a whole lot of time. And like the game. Okay. And that's just a regular cultivator. There's nothing special about it. The small roller right there. This is the tree we got right here. This thing is amazing for getting rid of the trees that you don't want on the property. You just put it on the front of your tractor, run against the tree, and it's gone. So trust me, you don't want to get into having to cut them trees down, because they did nothing with as far as, you know, the tree stuff on here. They do have sawmills and everything else, and you can run a sawmill, which I'm going to do once them pine trees get fully grown. But it is a mess. It's hard. And even on 2025, which I'll do a video on later, they did nothing. They did absolutely no upgrades. Matter of fact, I think they made it worse on 2025. This is the Reaper. I made it in the case version because I run all case products. It goes really fast, 52 mile an hour, something like that. And you can, with that header right out here, which is also a mod, you can get this header to do 25 meter width. You can get all the way up to 50 meter width, which covers a large bit of ground, and you can run that combine as fast as it'll go too. And your AI workers will function with this stuff. So it's not like that you have to do it all yourself. You can hire an AI worker to use it, and he will use it and will function properly. And this right here is the corn header and sunflower header. It is also part of the mod that come with. It also will do 25-50 meters. And again, you can run the tractor or the combine as fast as it will go. And then here is the new cedar mod that I found. This thing is pretty amazing in itself too, because it has unlimited fertilizer capacity. It has unlimited seeding. It's got wide width. I mean, it does up to 25 meters of seed bedding. It also will, what's that word I'm looking for, David? Where you take and do, where you cultivate it. Mulch. It also mulches for you too. So it does quite a bit of things, and it is also a mod. Really handy. Let's go over here. I'm going to rotate today again. Get this over into August. I'm running 3-day months. And you can do 15, 30, 1, 2, any number of day months you want to run. I run 3 days. And as you see, we're now on August 1st. Okay. So let's check the animals out again before we do anything else. They all need fed. So let's head back over there. Get some of these eggs out of here. Okay, I have the liftable pallet thing on there. That's what that does. These, if you don't have the mod liftable pallet, you won't be able to pick them up. But I can come over here with the liftable pallet mod and I can pick them up. Down on there. See, this one's not full, so that's not picking it up. I'll leave it in here. And you can feed chicken barley too, and barley's your cheaper product. You don't get a whole lot of money for barley. You don't have to use wheat, you can use barley as well. Okay, I'll take care of it. Check prices on that. Eggs are up. Flour is up. Bread is up. Cake is up. Honey is up. Sunflower's down. Granola's down. They can sell the honey. Now for it. I'm just gonna go right here to this store that I put in. And you just hold your R1, hit your triangle button, and then it's over. $133,000 I made off that honey. Alright. Go in here and I'm gonna load a flyer in this one. We'll go sell it. Look here, R1 triangle. Yeah, just like that. $200,000. Now when you buy your headers, your tracker, right here to my right is where you'll pick it all up. I just have a header there I need to pick up. And your straw, your silage, your manure, your all that you can sell right here, your slurry. Or you can use to make other products like I'm doing. I'm using manure to make all the fertilizer, and I use the slurry to make digestate, which makes solid fertilizer. Now I can go to that free thing and get solid fertilizer free and seeds free, which I do use for seeds, but I mean I can sell the solid fertilizer and make a boatload of money off it because it sells pretty good. But I got it in storage right now. that we have in the storage building. That's in here for the time. Blow this one up to sunflower, but we'll hold on to the sunflower until the prices go up. Digestate all that goes cool. I'll pick it up. sure if it has any in or not. We'll see. And we'll unload, mix all the fertilizer out. Now we'll load with slurry. And head over to the biogas plant, unload the slurry to make digest it. Nope. Now we'll go up our dairy factory and our bakery. It's full of no milk, so I'm not sure what it sells for. Price is still good. Alright, Lone Star Goods is offering 3,400 for it per liter. Everything is full. I will pick this up. Oh. Just like that, $343,000. we gotta take care of our solar fertilizer. Again, this takes lime, manure, and water to make your soil fertilizer. Yeah, just pull up here and it starts filling automatically. That was all the fertilizer we had built up. Now I need they out there. Fertilize my grass. This field right over here when we planting canola. See how fast this gets done? Dolphins, they didn't run into the spring. Down here and go across the bottom of it. Those has to go across the bottom on this field, otherwise they won't take it all the way down. follows him with that cedar, get a little farther ahead. Follows him. see on this one, got the fertilizer, which is your bar on the top, there at the bottom, and it's got the actual seed. Even though I have fertilized this twice, it is still putting out fertilizer. And basically, I think it's just spots where it's not 100%, but it's really not putting out a whole lot of fertilizer. I just started using these mods, the seeder, the roller. But basically, I have done all this with the basic stuff that you can buy. With, like I said, that one field down there to harvest that cotton, it took over 6 hours, and the field's 145 acres. Takes 5.5 hours to harvest it. All this stuff comes in really handy when you got these big fields. I want to give a big shout out to a guy I've been gaming with for 20 years now, old Furry Walnut, for introduced me to the game and showed me the ropes, and just want to give him thanks. And my brother-in-law Jason for finding all these mods that have come in really handy. Should be able to fire up the roller again now. small town. Well, gas pump here for diesel has been handy as well. Otherwise, you'd have to drive clear to the gas station. It's also a mod. The field is now seeded. Just like that. Feels done. Okay, folks, I got everything done. That is going to do it for this feed, this stream. I will catch you guys on the next one. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.